Hi, this is TehJew22, and welcome to another episode of TehJew22 Talks. Now, initially I made this episode for a certain Let's Player, in a 2-for-1 type of deal, but I'm just going to talk about this Let's Player by himself. I first found him, what happened was, a Final Fantasy, I think it was Final Fantasy 12 that came out, and I kept thinking to myself, what is the big deal with Final Fantasy? Why do they make such a big deal out of it? So I decided to go all the way back to the very first Final Fantasy game. And the person and the name of the user that came up first, or the most often rather, was a guy by the name of HCBailly. Yes, HCBailly. Yeah, in fact, I look at HCBailly as the first real LP superstar. Well, maybe not a superstar, but more like he's become what Slim Kirby became, and that is the man. He was the first to become the man, other than the 4 LPers that started it all. Aside from those 4 and Slim Kirby, HCBailly is a man. In more ways than one, of course. But he really is a man, by the way. But enough about that joke. Enough joking around. I watched all the Final Fantasy LPs that he did up to that point. And from Final Fantasy 1 probably all the way to Final Fantasy 7. I just went in chronological order, even though he didn't make the videos in chronological order. The first 7 Final Fantasy games that he LP'd are the most amazing videos you'll ever find, because anyone who's a fan of Final Fantasy or wants to learn more about the game, you're not going to find any value for your entertainment than HCBailly. I'm sorry, HCBailly has so much value in terms of entertainment, but and even if you don't find him entertaining, if you have the game but you don't know how to beat it, HCBailly is the man to get it done. That's what I like about HCBailly, because while Slim Kirby, when he plays the game, he just plays it for fun. When HCBailly plays, he plays it to win. And that's a big difference, because when you play a game, more often than not you play for fun, but when HCBailly plays a Final Fantasy game, he plays to win. And when I was a kid, there were times when I would get stuck on a level, or get stuck in a fight, or you would face a tough boss enemy, or just a tough enemy in general, and I'm like, what do you have to do to beat this guy? And HCBailly has the answer to beat him. And that's pretty much where some of my commentary style comes in. Like, I incorporated Slim Kirby's easygoing personality style with that of HCBailly's most informative style. And that's just some of the styles I've adapted to, or what is it? Yeah, adapted to. Okay. And yeah, the first 7 Final Fantasy games that he LP'd were just beyond amazing, really. It depends what your favorite Final Fantasy games are. I mean, if you like Final Fantasies 8, 9, or 12, or even the recent one, 13, yeah, it's up there. But I liked the first 7 Final Fantasy games, and I have to tell you, he's very funny when he wants to be. And what else? Yeah, I mean, he's just like whenever he attempts to be funny, he's usually funny. And then sometimes so whenever something happens out of randomness or whatever, you have to watch the videos to see what I mean. Like, let's see, I'm trying to think of videos that they had. Let me see. Oh yeah, during his Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI or 3 in America, during his Let's Play of Final Fantasy VI, he got on a boat, and he got on a boat, and well, in the game, of course, in the game, the characters get on a boat, and he meant to get off the boat, but he accidentally like there were 2 choices: to get off the boat or to go back to where you came from. And he accidentally picked the one where he goes back to where he came from. And he was like, "No! Damn it!" Or something to that degree. I don't remember what he said, but he was like, "Damn it!" And it was like, oh my God, you just make one simple mistake, and it was like, that's funny. Let's see, what other, oh yeah, there was, what was that one? Oh yeah, there was one particular episode, during his, Final Fantasy VII LP, and, in fact, you can even type it up if you want. It's called The Legends of the Hidden Temple, in which he starts the LP with the old Nickelodeon game show of the same name. In fact, I really like that show. I don't know why they canceled it, but hey, but it's not about that. It's about HCBailly and what other games? Oh yeah, he's also LP'd the Dragon Warrior game. What is it? The Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest series. He did the first 3 games. I know that for sure. The first 3 games in the series. That's another series he's done. But yeah, the LPs that he did for Final Fantasy, he is known as Mr. Final Fantasy. And I wouldn't have it any other way, really. So yeah, anyone who's familiar, who has heard of HCBailly but never got to watch but never has seen his videos, do check him out. There's so many videos, I can't even pinpoint like the funny ones or the ones that stood out the most. But hey, he's been around for that long. He's been around since 2007, so he must be doing something right. As for HCBailly, may you live a long, happy life. May your dreams come true, other than the LPs, I mean, because even you can't do it forever. And best of luck in your future endeavors. But for everybody else, this is TehJew22 signing off, saying goodbye, and stay tuned for the next episode.